the kingdom of God is not in word only, but in what? Power. If you're in the kingdom, there's power. It's not just cute cliches. It's not just theoretical ideas and ideologies and concepts. It's not just because I can get in and mentally be challenged, but I'm transformed internally. Now I know that Christ has apprehended my life, and I'm so stupid enough to believe what done touched my life and transformed my life, then I'm willing to share it.
So, but now you mean the...
I'm trying to get to the next one.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Now, so you mean the very thing that when you have people in this house and they look and they say, you all prophesy, you all cast out devils, you all heal the sick. Do you mean to tell me that these people in this house should be able to do something in that house?
That's what fivefold ministries are there for. To equip them so they can do the work of the ministry. Ergon, that's what they call work, is ergon. You know, you hear it in the natural world called ergonomics. It means works, the study of works. There should be a thing on the inside of us, each and every one of them that belong to this house, that has a desire to listen to what was preached and declared and then to go back to prove it. That's just the way it is. I did it before, so. Okay, the next point. Huh? Yeah, I know, it's kind of funny. They over there working with it. They'll try to get it together tonight before we stop, I guess. Point number 2. You the one,
No. Well,
what's the second point for wild horse? You ain't got it, you want me to...
No, this is the thing. I had wrote down something that we didn't discuss last time. I didn't know if you wanted to go into that, but I wrote down rapture. See, that's why I know if you want to go in. But hey, cause look, that's like a four-point series right there by itself.
Okay, what about it? Maybe I can hit it. Just go ahead, Gary.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, no, the thing I thought about is that, you know, we always talk about, we always hear that that we're going to be raptured out. And I don't even see the word rapture in the Bible. So when we talk about being raptured out, where are we going? How are we getting there? I seen Left Behind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They got 6 or 7 of them. Then they got 7 of them. Then they got some other offshoots. How did we get here? This is a wild gourd. How did it get started? A young lady, they call her a lassie because she was under 12. She had a dream, and she was at a meeting, Plymouth Brethren, John Darby back in 1836. So the rapture theory is only, what, you told of 2013, 1836, somebody come up with the numbers. That's how long it's been in the church. Right. The first century church never talked about it. They talked about the parousia, which did happen in AD 70, but they never talked about a rapture. It's something that was passed down and really got solidified through Schofield's notes. You know, you have to go back to, I did a teaching, of course, on the 3 blind mice. And you remember it was Larkin, Darby, and Schofield. Darby, Larkin, and Schofield, in that order. And they inundated the church with erroneous belief through the young lady's dream that she seen, she had a vision that the church was caught up. Now mind you, she had a fever. And so she probably was intoxicated, but nonetheless, she had a dream that we were going to be caught up into the heavens, that the church wasn't going to be here. And then all of a sudden, it's really, when we did the teaching on counter-reformation, which is on our YouTube, so for those that are watching the first time, you go to our YouTube page, you can see all that on there. I did an exegesis on it, so I'm just trying to give them just a sound bite of it. The counter-reformation, Ribera and his, I think it was Manuel Lacunza, wanted to take the pressure off of Catholicism. And in the 1500s, 1600s, they came up with some of the things we're dealing with. Dispensationalism, which began 300 years later, became the offshoot of rapture connected to it. They put it all into one box. And therefore, they put it in the Bible, and they put it in graphs. That was Larkin, Clarence Larkin put it in graphs in the early 1900s, and boom, boom, boom. And the church bit it. And that's what we've been biting. The rapture, per se, is not in the Bible. Thank God that we're in Reformation. If those that don't know what that word means, that God is making those crooked things straight. So even our doctrine has to change. fivefold ministries in the earth, but our doctrine. So some toxic stuff. Rapture is the last elephant in the room. Yeah. And people are kicking and screaming because I've been accused as being a heretic. And I've had a church just recently, a big church in Joliet, just put me on blast last year, then came back because somebody seen my post on my page. Then last 2 months, in August, they came back with it. And thank you for that. I appreciate that, brother. Anyway, rapture, according to what man has interpreted, is incorrect. Rapture, according to what the Bible has interpreted, is correct. I never said there was no rapture. I just said that the concept of rapture is wrong. You don't have to leave the earth to be raptured. The word means caught up. If you go and you look it up, it's H-A-R-P-A-D-Z-O, harpazo. And it means to be caught up. It's 4 times in scriptures. Acts 8 is a good one. 2 Corinthians 12:1 is a good one. Revelations 12, where it says that the male child was caught up. It's another one. And I forgot the other places, 4 times in scripture. But every time they were caught up, they never left. When the Ethiopian in Acts 8 needed to have a word clarified to him, Philip was having a mass revival. He got interrupted and said the Spirit of God called him up. He said it snatched him. He didn't leave the earth. He just changed geography. He changed from one position to another. And he went over and preached to the Ethiopian eunuch. And then God called him again and brought him back to Jerusalem. That's Bible, Acts 8. Paul said, I was caught up one day. He said it was a man that was caught up, but it was probably Paul. He said, I have caught up to the third heaven. That's in Revelation, the things that I could not speak at the time, which he could not speak now then, but it's being spoken now. Sure. Because it's a people continuously being caught up to be able to behold the mysteries that Paul saw, but was illegal at the time to declare. That's what I'm saying. So you can be caught up. I get caught up every time I get into some good worship. And if you go and look at the root of that word, harpazo, you'll find out it's the same root for fruit. So if you never have any fruit in your life, you've never been caught up. Whoa. And another thing that's very interesting to me on a practical level, for those that are probably looking, probably deterred by now, just in case you haven't, blame it on him. Let's go to Luke 17. Blame it on Gary. Trouble starter. Troubler.
No, this is something that they talk about quite a bit. You know, in a lot of churches, they talked about being raptured out, and what it does is we look for an escape clause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's really giving us a mindset that we leaving one day and we leaving in a hurry.
Well, it strips us of our future because we never build or plan anything. Right. And the very people that say we're going to be raptured normally have a 20-year building fund. We're going to start a 20-year building fund, but the time is getting late and God is on his way back. Jesus is coming back to get us, but let's start a building fund for the next 20 years. I'm like, dang, dude, which one is it? Are we leaving the building? Which one is it? Am I right or wrong? You ever heard of it? They talking about we get ready to build. You see them on TV, and they start talking, they got the 4 moons out now, and they talking about this, but then on the back end of the deal, they telling you know what, we got a 10-year plan to build up this, and build, maybe it's a rec center, maybe it's this. Are we leaving? You don't need my money, we getting out of here. So we got double-mindedness in the church. Come on, anybody ever heard somebody talk about a building fund, but yet they want to tell you that the time is short?